Look at this. We're in beautiful nature, beautiful wilderness. Not really. There's a KFC over there. Actually, this is kind of a cool town. There's a lot of hunters here. I just talked to a hunter and he said he saw wolves like right where I was camping. So now I got another creature to look out for. I want to give a shout out because I picked up Dodgers pills at this place right here. It's called the Copy Club in La Grande, Oregon. Man, they're super nice. They called me when the package came in and they said it was gonna be $5, you know, to get a package delivered there from FedEx. And I just went in there and she's like, it's gonna be $5. And I was like, well, can I pay with my card? And she's like, sure, that's no problem. And she said, is this your first package here? And I said, yeah, because it is. I mean, it's the first time I got a package delivered to this place. And she said, it's on the house, no charge. It's like, what? Holy cow. Like a free service. Well, you know, for my first time for nomads, that's pretty awesome. Very cool. Very nice. I dig this town, so I just wanted to share that. Come to the Copy Club if you need a package picked up, because they're very cool. And there's actually spots to park all along this road. I was worried. I kind of looked at it on Google Maps and I thought, well, there's no place for me to park, so I parked like 3 blocks down in this little neighborhood. I'll show you where I parked, where the dogs are. But I could have just parked right here, like basically right in front of the Copy Club. But sometimes I just pick like the easiest spot I can find to park. Same with campsites. Just because you never know. And when you're towing a trailer, it's just not that easy to get around. You know, you're a lot slower and you have to kind of maneuver. And when you're in little towns like this, you just don't know the lay of the land very well. So I figured I found a good spot to park. It was only like 3 or 4 blocks away. So that's what I did. So give me a little walk in town. This is a really cool town. And it seems so busy. Like it's a bigger town than I thought. But you got everything here. There's a Harbor Freight, there's a Walmart, there's like O'Reilly's, Napa Auto Parts, everything you could possibly need as a nomad is right here. The only thing I couldn't find was a UPS store, because usually that's what I'll use, is a UPS store to pick up packages on the way, like when I'm on the road. You know, between Google Maps and iOverlander, if you're a nomad, that's kind of the main 2 apps that you need. Because you get on Google Maps, you punch in UPS, it says, well, there's no UPS store around here. But there's copy centers, copy store, office stores. And so I called one up, and that was the place I called, because it looked, there's a Safeway about 4 or 5 blocks down the road. And so I figured I could park there if I needed to. That was kind of my original plan. And so that's why I called that place up. You know, usually I don't mess with trying to get packages on the road because it can be kind of difficult. You can use the Amazon drop boxes for Amazon stuff. Some of the stuff you order on Amazon, they won't put in drop boxes. So then you look for, I think they're called like drop-off counters or something like that. And that'll be like an actual store that does other business. And then you walk up to the counter, and then you can get big packages, awkward shaped stuff that you order from Amazon that way. All right, let's see where I parked down here. You can see, right? Well, can't really see it. See, there we are right there. That's the dogs and the truck and the trailer. We got loaded up on water and we dumped the tanks, which is a good feeling. It's always a really good feeling. Now I'm low on gas and I'm not being a good nomad because I should go fill up right now, because I got the low fuel thing showing on the dashboard. I know that means I'm really low. The extra 5 gallons that I carry, I don't have it anymore because I used it all on the generator, because where we've been camping, right up there in those mountains, miles away, probably like 15, 20 miles away, up in those mountains. I've been using the generator to keep warm for the main thing, because we've had a lot of clouds and then I don't get the solar power. So I don't have that extra 5 gallons in the truck. The gas station I want to go to is the Pilot Flying J truck stop, and that's usually where I get my gas, just because it's convenient. And that's only a few miles away, so we're gonna risk it because if worse comes to worse, I do have about half a gallon in the reserve tank in the truck. Now in this case, since I only had to walk a few blocks, I left the dogs in the cab. Usually I don't do that. Almost always I put them in the trailer. When we stop at Walmart, when I go to Costco, I put the dogs in the trailer and they can just chill out in there. But since I only had to walk a few blocks, I just kind of left them in here. So they've been in here like 10 minutes. Yeah, good boy, Echo. Okay, we're gonna hit the road. Good dogs. Good boy, Echo. Yeah. Here's a nomad tip. Put the club on your vehicle, because then you don't have to worry. You know, the vehicle is everything for us. The trailer and the truck, that's our livelihood. So I almost always put the club on the truck. I almost always lock it. Sometimes I don't lock it. Like if I'm just being real quick, it is locked right now, just because I didn't know this neighborhood. And then I don't have to worry, you know, I don't have to worry that I'm going to get back here and someone took the truck. I know it'd be really difficult because it's hooked up to the trailer. I got the dogs in here. It's probably really unlikely, but this is everything to us. So I tend to lock up everything I can whenever I'm not around it. We made it to the Flying J. It was only a couple miles, so I mean, I'm empty. Like my tank is empty. This is a rare thing for me to do, to drive around with an empty tank. But I'm just pushing it, just kind of pushing my luck. I like to come to the Flying J's and the Loves as well, because they really pretty consistently have the best prices on gas. And they do have an app where you can get like 5 or 10 cents off a gallon. It's pretty easy to use. So that's kind of my my standard thing I do for gasoline when I'm on the road. You might try it if you have a big rig. You can see over here there's a guy with a big motorhome here, and it's just almost always really easy to get your big rig into places like this. Another advantage that these places have is they'll usually have a dump, and sometimes they'll have water you can get. I'm not sure about this one. I already dumped and stocked up on water, so I don't need the service. They do charge you. It's usually about 10 bucks, which is kind of expensive, but in a pinch, like, it can be really handy to have. So we're gonna fill up here at Flying J. I need to put about 25 gallons in the truck, 5 gallons in the tank that I got in the bed, and then we're off to a new campsite, but it's not gonna be Dodger's favorite campsite. He'll be okay, but he hates where we're gonna go. Yeah, I got 10 cents off by using the app here. So that, you know, that helps out. And I got to fill up my 5-gallon can here. I got this at Harbor Freight. It's been a pretty good can, but it's got a screwy spout. But I managed to make it work. We made it to our destination for the night. We're gonna camp here tonight at the rest area. Dodger's a little ambivalent about it. He doesn't like the noise of the big trucks. And I wanted to park right there because if you park right there, there's like a rock island. And so then at least you know a truck is not gonna be on that side. This truck right here, they're not running their engine or generator or refrigerator or anything like that. So it's really quiet. So I'm gonna try to camp right here. And we do have spots here that are open, and you just never know who's gonna pull in, like if it's gonna be a loud vehicle or not. You can see right over here, back over there, there's another RV. And it's a good idea, especially if there's like 2 RVs and you can tell they're going to be there overnight because they have their slide outs out. So if you can squeeze in between 2 RVs, then you're going to have a nice quiet night for sure, as long as they don't leave. But I've kind of learned that the best thing to do is just pick a spot and hope for the best. And it works out about maybe 20-30% of the time you'll have a quiet night. This rest area is not very busy, so I think we might get lucky. Having a noisy truck next to you, it can kind of suck because some of the trucks are really noisy, like really, really noisy. And it's more than that even, like it'll vibrate your whole rig. So you're in the trailer, you know, we don't have to detach here. We just hop in the back and go to sleep, hang out in the trailer. But it starts vibrating if somebody pulls up next to you that's got a really loud rig. Some of them are just super, super loud. And then some of them, they let out like compressed air every like minute or two. And Dodger hates that. You hate that, don't you? So we're going to go chill out in the trailer, get some sleep, and then we're going to be back on the road. So we'll catch up with you in the morning. Well, we're back. Got the dogs with me. And I know I was supposed to show you us leaving the rest area this morning, but we wanted to go, so I just didn't really have time to record any video. But just so you know, we stopped at a Costco. I got some pizza, got some groceries, and now we're on BLM land. And I'm pretty excited. This place is not super exciting, but it's very quiet and it's very flat. There are, I think I already see an eagle or a hawk's nest. This is a cool place. Take a look at the road. It's a little rough, but it's dry. If it was muddy, there's no way you could drive through here. There's a lot of ruts, so I'm just trying to drive slow so I don't bounce and hit. The sewer pipe on the trailer is the lowest point on the trailer, and I have scraped it before, and I haven't done any damage yet. Luckily, somehow that pipe is like super strong. But so going through these ruts, you gotta be careful. And yeah, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Let me show you the road. You can see how rutty it is. The deepest ones are probably about a foot deep. But if you kind of ride this track right here, then it's nice and flat. So just as long as you stay out of the ruts, we should be fine. And we're gonna be camping just about a quarter mile, just past that power pole right there. This is exciting. I'm so happy. And the dogs are excited too. You can see them. They're super excited that we don't have to camp at a rest area tonight. You know, when we're trying to make good time like this traveling, one of my main goals is to stay at as few rest areas as possible. So far on this trip now, we've stayed at 2, and we might have 1 or 2 more coming up until we get to some really warm weather. It's cold right now, but it's not going to be freezing tonight. That's another thing I'm trying to do, is avoid the freezing temperatures. And we're gonna get camp set up, and then the sun's gonna be down in about 30 minutes, it looks like. And we're gonna turn on the heater and get warm and eat that pizza. The dogs know it's time for camping. They know it. Man, they get excited. I always tell them too. I'm like, you guys want to go camping? We're going camping. Do you want to go camping? Echo, you want to go camping? Do you want to go camping? Do you want to go camping? Do you want to go camping? Yeah? Yeah? You see how open it is out here? We're camped right down there. And as far as campers go out here, or literally anybody, this is it. We're it. Me and the dogs. It's like we're on another planet. Today, when we were at Costco, it was in Boise, and actually a really clean place. Looked like a good place to live, but man, it's busy. Just vehicles and loud vehicles. And what are you whining for? What are you whining for? Is he hungry? Oh my gosh. There goes a bunny, just went hopping. You didn't see it. I heard it. Then I looked down here and it's running like this out here. He would have gone after it, and I think he would. Yeah, he probably would have. And to go down here is about, well, it's about 15, 20 feet down, and it's just rocks. It's like a rock bank right there. He probably would have hurt himself. Man, it was so busy though, just busy, busy, busy. And then you go to Costco and it's busy. And you know, I'm just pulling the trailer, just going nice and slow. And then you get inside the Costco and it's busy in there. Everybody was nice and stuff. Like, actually, it seemed like people are kind of cool in at least in Boise. But outside, it's like shopping centers, and there were a bunch of people selling puppies on the sidewalk, and it's just so noisy and it's dirty, and I don't know why, but it smelled like a hamster cage, like that, like wood chip and then hamster crap smell. Like all around there, it just smelled like a hamster cage. Out here, it smells good. But I was just looking at how vast it is out here, and this is probably about the same size as the town that we were in. It's kind of just outside of Boise. And now, all of a sudden, it's just us. I am the only human here. And I'm feeling like, what does this feel like? What does this remind me of? And it's like, wow, we were on Earth. In society, it just felt like we were on Earth. And then we got in our spaceship, in our Millennium Falcon, right down there. And it took us here, and we're on another planet. I can see for miles. I can make as much noise out here as I want. There's nobody out here that I could bother, or nobody that will bother me. And I mean, it's just like, I'm on another planet. I got to keep an eye on Mr. Echo, because there are coyotes out here, and pronghorn, and rabbits. It's too cold this time of year for rattlesnakes, so I don't have to worry about that. But now I've been hearing about wolves being around, and so I don't know if they're out here, but that's something I got to keep in my mind now, because I have never had to deal with wolves before. And, you know, if I saw a wolf, I don't know what I would do. Echo, don't even think about it. Another cool thing about this place is we're a couple miles from the freeway. It's right out there, kind of where those towers are. But there's kind of like a mound, like a hill in between us and the freeway. So you can't even hear it out here. So it's nice to be in a place that's almost completely quiet. That's so cool. But I hope that idea is coming across to you guys of, you know, living as a nomad. You do have to go into town, you have to get supplies, and you're going to be surrounded by busyness and hustle and bustle, and it's like, it can be smelly or kind of dirty. This place was actually really clean. But to have a vehicle, whatever it is, you know, you got a van, even if it's just a car, and you set up a tent or you sleep in your car, to transport yourself, just like getting on a rocket ship to another planet, and you end up in a place, and if you end up somewhere where there's nobody else, that's what it feels like. It feels like I'm kind of like on the moon. You can see out here, there's kind of nothing. There's not even that many plants out here in this side. Back over here, there's a lot more grasses and sagebrush and stuff like that. It kind of looks like there was some sort of a flood out here or something. But the idea that you can have a spaceship on Earth, but it feels like you're going to another planet. I dig it. Now it's getting dark now, so I got to bring the dogs in. And my camera hand doesn't have a glove on, so it's getting pretty cold right now. These guys want to eat, so let's go back to camp. Oh, there he goes. Let's go back to camp. The dogs are so happy. See that? Are you happy? Are you happy? Are you happy? Even good old Dodger, he knows what's up. He's just walking around smelling stuff, peeing on the bushes. He's happy. He's been a good co-pilot for the last couple days of driving. You want to go back to camp? And Echo can't stand the cold. It's really funny. He's out in the cold for about 10 or 20 minutes, especially if it rains, then he's just like, I want to go back inside, because he knows we got a heater in there, and he likes to curl up on the couch and kind of by the heater vent. Yeah, they're just like me. Dodger doesn't care about the cold. He's fine. Dodger, easy, easy, easy. He's excited. I don't want him to run down this hill, at least. Dodger, easy, easy. He comes to like any little ditch or any little bump, and he jumps off of it, and it's so stupid. But it makes me feel good because I know he's happy.